How we be looking? How we be looking? Are we cute? The boobage, so awkward. Hello, I am Katie and this is my daughter, Lark, and I blog about her and various other parts of our life on hellolittlebean.com, and I also post way too many pictures of her on Instagram and have become obsessed with my kid. I'm totally that mom. Probably people are unfriending me on Facebook multiple times a day. Did you lose your pacifier? Did you lose it? Yes, you did. Keeping up the blog now that she has been born has been a little more challenging because I don't always have, you know, the 5 or 10 minutes to sit down and write a blog post. So I thought this video would be easier and quicker, and then I can just link to products and what have you. Anyway, I guess I'll get right into it. Lark was born via C-section after like a 16 or 17 hour labor. It was crazy. They ended up finding out at the 16-hour mark that she was breech and had likely been breech for my entire pregnancy. She was breech at my 20-week ultrasound. They thought she would turn. At one point they thought she had turned. She never did. So anyway, here I am, like, through all of labor, ready to push at 10 centimeters, and the doctor comes in and realizes that she's breech. So I got pretty much rushed into a C-section, and obviously when you have a C-section you don't get to hold your baby right away, so I did not get to hold her right away, and I did not get to nurse right away. It probably took, I don't even know, I was so out of it. It probably took like an hour or so before I really got to hold her, and I was in the recovery of the delivery room, and I had the shakes really bad from the drugs that they had given me, plus I was just so tired and exhausted. And James was in there with the baby, and he had handed her to me, and the nurse was trying to help me with getting her to breastfeed, and I could barely hold her because I was shaking so bad. And she couldn't latch for whatever reason. It could have been the fact that I was out of it or she was out of it. I don't really know. It could have been an issue with my breasts. She couldn't latch, and this was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and there wasn't a lactation consultant on duty. So our nurse, who I loved, she was hilarious, ended up giving me a nipple shield to help her latch, which did help. Where did I put it? They're these little guys. It looks like a little plastic sombrero for your nipple. Yeah, lovely. And so she gave me one of these, but because the lactation consultant wasn't there, she couldn't fit me properly. And what ended up happening was she gave me one that was too big. And the next day when I actually did see the lactation consultant, we do a squirmy worm with jingle shoes. She noticed right away that it was the wrong fit because I was really swollen and purple and bloody, and this is a lovely visual for people that really want to be thinking about my nipples right now. But anyway, so she got me a smaller one, and it has been a lifesaver, let me tell you. If it weren't for this little nipple sombrero, we would not be able to breastfeed. This one's by Medela. I think they're made of some sort of silicone. They're not very cheap. They're like $10 a piece. I have 2 so that I always have a spare, but I'm losing them constantly. But when I go out in public and I have to take it with me, these are actually sold at Babies R Us. It's like a pacifier holder, which I used for a little bit as a pacifier holder, but I find that it holds these perfectly. I was reading recently that these are actually supposed to be like a temporary tool to get like a breastfeeding routine down. I didn't know this. She still uses it, and for us it just kind of works. I've tried to wean her from it, and she just cannot latch. I think it's maybe an issue with my breasts. She will at times, but it doesn't last very long. So we just still use this. She's doing fine. They say sometimes it can affect your supply or affect how much the baby gets, but we seem to be doing okay now. She did have an issue at the beginning with gaining weight because she lost almost a pound when she was born. and my milk didn't come in right away. So we did have an issue with the whole weight gain thing, and a couple weeks in, actually it was 3 weeks, now that I'm thinking about it, 3 weeks in, like that second to third week, she was really fussy at night, and my mom was here, and all of us were kind of trying to figure out, you know, what she needed and what she wanted, and I had a couple emotional moments because she just wanted to nurse all the time. I felt like I was feeding her like every 30 minutes to an hour and being a human pacifier, and it was exhausting and hard and painful and emotional. And so we made the decision to supplement a little bit of formula with her because she was just so hungry. So she ended up getting formula in a bottle at 3 weeks, and we still give her formula on occasion when she needs it, or if we're out and about, I always take an emergency formula bottle just in case. And that's worked really well for us. She transitioned really easily to a bottle and still really goes back and forth between without an issue, and I think it has to do with this because it is more like a bottle nipple. She hasn't really had nipple confusion. We're really tired. We're just a tired girl. She's had a busy morning. So yeah, these have been a lifesaver for us. And with the bottles, we use Tommy Tippy, and I initially chose these because they were cute. This is a true story. Really stupid, I know, but they're cute. They're like short and squatty. These are the larger ones, which we just graduated to. She had the little 5-ounce ones for a while. And the more I read about these, the more I liked them because they're supposed to be shaped like a more natural breast. What are you doing over here? You trying to get out? Are you trying to get out? And she does really well with these. We use the slow flow nipples, and we really like them. And this is the limited edition 2013 Princess version, which actually says Our Little Princess with a princess carriage and a Union Jack bunting, because I'm obsessed with the royal family and obsessed with Kate and William. So this was a must. And now we are sleeping. Oh, I woke you up. I woke you up. Smiley girl. Smiley girl. Yeah. So, anyway, back to where I was. What was I talking about? Oh, the bottles. And she gets a bottle now throughout the day because I just went back to work last week, and being at the sitter, she gets bottles of pumped milk, and I've been storing ever since I've been pumping, which was from day one because I did it to help my milk supply come in the hospital. And I actually really like these freezer bags. They're Target brand. It's the Up and Up brand, and I love them. Same thing with Target. Target diapers are amazing, and I love a deal, and these are cheaper than the Lancino. They're cheaper than, I think Tommy Tippy has some. I don't know, they're the cheapest ones. They're like $5.99 for 50 of them. Love them. I have a freezer full of milk. I'm a milk hoarder, and these are the bags I use. Love them. You just write on them with a little Sharpie and you're good to go. Oh, what else? What else? What else? Another one of my favorites are these little nursing care disposable breast wipes. The brand is the First Years. You can get them at Walmart. It says cleanse and refresh after pumping or breastfeeding. Help soothe dry, cracked skin, ultra soft for sensitive skin, paraben free, made with aloe vera and food grade ingredients. So it's just a little wipe dealio. I use them to clean up after. I usually use them when I'm out in public, like when I'm nursing her in public, because when I'm at home I have burp rags and what have you to clean up. But these work really well when I'm out and about, and I actually also use them when I'm out and about to clean those little nipple shields, because they have some stuff in it. Actually, the one ingredient that you have to watch out for with these is it does have milk protein in them, so if your baby has an issue with, like, say, lactose, they're probably not good to use around your nipple if your baby's mouth is going to be on them. But I use them. She doesn't have a problem. I love them. They're great, and this little package just fits perfectly right in the diaper bag. What else? What else? Oh, pumping. I was lucky enough to have insurance. What are you doing over here? Kicking legs and jingling your bells. And jingling your bells. This is our, like, usual cycle when she's falling asleep. pumping. So anyway, with my insurance, I was able to get a free breast pump. And the one that they had approved me for was in a Made-Up Purely Yours, and I went online and read the reviews. And some of the reviews were not very good, but it was free, so I was going to get it anyway. But they don't allow you to actually get it until you've had the baby. Well, once I was in the hospital, the lactation consultant asked if I had gotten a breast pump yet, and I told her no, I was waiting, and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, she told me that she could get me one through the hospital, so I ended up with this Medela brand, which I was really excited about because that's, you know, the standard and the typical, and they're really good. And it's the Medela, I don't know the name of it. I guess it's just the Advanced Personal Double Breast Pump. I love it. It works really well. It has these little zipper compartments at the top to hold all your parts in your little bottles, and this side is insulated and has little ice packs that come with it if you want to take it with. And yeah, I love it. It's like my best friend right now. It goes with me to work. It's really awkward to pump at work. I feel like a dairy cow, but it's a must in order to provide the milk for my baby. Another must is burp rags, because obviously you have to burp your child when they're done eating. But I also use it because sometimes she can be a bit of a messy eater, especially with the bottles, and she's too small to fit most bibs right now. They're like really loose around her neck, so we usually just like tuck it under her neck when she has a bottle, or I tend to lay it on the pillow, like when I'm holding her on the nursing pillow, underneath her, so that any like dribbles that come out get caught on this. Because the other thing with those nipple shields is they kind of fill up with milk as she's eating, so sometimes it's not like going directly into her mouth like it would if you weren't using a nipple shield. So we get a lot of dribbles and we get a lot of messes in mom. But anyway, these come in handy. And these were a gift that I got from somebody, and they're handmade. They were just hand-dyed cloth diapers, and they sewed a little decorative fabric on it, and I love them. They're my favorite. They're awesome. They're great. Love them. Another thing that's a must when I'm out and about, or even at home, is some sort of cover. I did not purchase a nursing cover because I felt like they were really expensive. Yes, I'm a cheapskate, again with price on everything. But what I love to use are these Aiden and Anais muslin swaddling blankets. They're a really good size and they're really lightweight, and you can just drape them over, and they're great. They work perfectly for me. A lot of times I'm feeding her in the car. Yes, this is what I do, in the back seat of the car. They're easy to use in there. I take them with me to stores. I've fed her in Sam's Club. I've fed her in Walmart. And I generally use these to cover up. Sorry, it looks like I keep checking my phone. I'm timing myself. Yeah, stupid, I know. Anyway, so these are a must. I have quite a few of these. They're not the cheapest of blankets. I think they come in a pack of 4 and they're like $30-some, which is sort of kind of ridiculous, but I think they're so worth it. I got them as a gift, but I know there are some places, like here we have a grocery store called Meijer. They have their own brand of these in really cute prints, and I think Babies R Us carries a couple of other brands that are similar to this. Or you could easily go to the craft store, pick up some cotton gauze fabric just like this. It won't have the cute prints likely, but you can buy the same type of fabric at the fabric store, just hem it around and make your own. But I love these. Take them everywhere. Another thing that I love right now are like camisole tank tops, like thin strap ones. I haven't bought a ton of nursing tops because, again, I feel like they're too expensive for what they are, and so I haven't purchased a lot of them. I think at Target, which I love Target, they have some nursing camis, but they're like $20 a piece, which I think is ridiculous. So I ended up buying a few of just their basic camisoles, which I think are like $6, because you can easily just pull them down. They are really stretchy. I wear those a lot, and I wear cardigans and sweaters a lot because obviously they're open and they button, and it's easy access to the boobage, so that works for me. I do actually have a couple of nursing tops that were sent to me by Time Maternity. It's T-H-Y-M-E, like the herb. And they actually sell their clothes through the Babies R Us website. I believe they're a UK originally a company, but they sell in the U.S. via Babies R Us. And they actually, while I was pregnant, they found me through my blog, and they ended up sending me a couple of pieces to try. And one of my favorites is, it's just a black tank top. I love black and gray. I wear it all the time. It is what it is. Goes with everything. So, it's just a nursing tank. It's got a little, like, gathered here in the middle. It's just really cute. It's super soft and comfortable. It washes up really nice, and it has the little, like, straps that come apart. I love this tank top. It gets a lot of wear. Plus, it's long. I like when things are long, and I can kind of pull them down over my leggings and what have you. So, love that. The other one I have, which I don't know where it is right now, but I'm not wearing it a lot right now because it's actually a shorter tank top sleeve also. And it's kind of cold, and it doesn't really go with the sweaters that I have, but it's a really cute, like, army green that also has snaps, and love them. You can order online at Babies R Us. Our Babies R Us here locally doesn't actually carry it in store, but you can purchase online, so that's great. My nursing bras, I'm not going to show you my bra. I could easily flash you, but I'm not going to do that. I do have spares, but we've had a couple of milk mishaps over the last few days, so they're in the wash. But I use I'll try to link them in a blog post. They're from Target. They're like these cotton, there's no wires. They're like cotton and like stretchy cotton and lace with the hooks on the strap. They're my favorite. I wear them all the time. I have spares. I think they're $16.99, which isn't that bad, because there was a couple I tried on before I had her that were a Pea in the Pod brand, and I think they were like $60 or $70 a piece, which in my opinion is like crazy. I know it's worth it for a bra that fits well, but I don't have that kind of money, so that wasn't happening. I generally buy these in these large packs because I go through so many of them, and they come individually wrapped, which I really like, because then if you take them like in your diaper bag or something, they're wrapped. It makes it kind of nice. They also have like little sticky patches so that they stick to the inside of your bra. I actually don't use them. I just put them in like normal, and they're really good. Like, I have a tendency at night to become engorged because she sleeps like 5 hours in her first stretch, so there's a lot going on in there. I've never really had a problem at night with these. Never had a problem during the day. They're soft. My skin's a little bit sensitive, and I do find that these are a little bit scratchy anyway, but I mean, they're fairly soft. For somebody who has normal skin, they probably work just fine. But anyway, those are my favorite. I did purchase a different brand last week. These Nuck brand ultra thin nursing pads. I bought these, first of all, because it says they're discreet and super thin, and I thought with going back to work, I might like them better. Plus, again, they were cheaper. But these, I won't ever buy these again, and here's why. First of all, they're not individually wrapped. They're just, like, in the box, and I don't really like that because I can't really take spares with me. They are thin, but as far as discreet, they're not discreet at all. It literally looks like I'm wearing Captain America shields in my bra. It's weird, and I made the mistake the other night of not putting in the Lancino ones at night. I wore these at night because they were a new pair, and I was like, oh, you know, I'll just sleep it on. I woke up the next morning with like a dry circle, and everything around it was drenched because it just soaked right past it. And these, they don't say they're for nighttime. They actually say on there they're just moderate, and they have, I think, a different nighttime brand. But I don't really want to have two different brands that are for day and night because that seems silly. So next time I'll just go with those Lancino again because they work for me for day or night, and they're way more discreet than these things. But I'll use these up, and yeah, I won't buy them again. Ever again. Breastfeeding's been a really good experience for me. I enjoy it most of the time, and when I say most of the time, it's because it's really not convenient. It's really a full-time job. It's a huge commitment. It takes a lot of time. You have to plan your whole day and schedule around it, and even when I don't nurse and she gets a bottle, I still have to pump, so there's that whole scenario, but I really love it. I think it's really cool that as women, we are able to create a perfect food for our child and provide it to our child, regardless of how awkward and silly it may feel at times. I I do enjoy it, and it's time that I get with her, you know, for bonding and blah, blah. I was totally that person before I had a baby who was like, oh, breastfeeding is kind of weird and awkward. I don't know if I'm going to like it, and how can people say it's bonding and blah, blah, blah. I was totally skeptical about all of it, and I found it to be quite the opposite of that, and it is a really positive experience and something that I enjoy. And she is now gaining weight on track. She's still small, but I think she's just small in general, and it took us a little time to get to that point, but now we're in a groove and we get it, and she's getting the nutrition she needs, and it's the best thing for her. She is a really gassy baby. It's funny, and we laugh because, you know, farts are funny, and we're always joking about Larkus having farty parties because she just like rips them, and they're like the biggest farts ever, and it's hysterical. She doesn't seem to be in pain really with them at all. Every so often she'll get, you know, an episode of gas where it's hard to pass, but most of the time she's passing them. They smell horrendous, which is like funny, and I've done my research on it. I've read multiple articles that say diet is not a factor. I've read multiple articles that say diet is a factor. For me, I'm trying not to stress out about it too much because she doesn't seem to be in pain. She seems to be passing gas just fine, so I'm trying not to stress out about it. I eat a fairly well-balanced diet. I'm not a hugely picky eater. I eat meat, I eat veggies, I eat everything. I don't eat a lot of, I eat a lot of cheese. This is going to be a lie, because I was going to say I don't eat a lot of foods with lactose. I don't drink a lot of milk, but I do eat a lot of cheese. And they do say that lactose actually can cause an issue because it goes into your, there are milk proteins that go into your bloodstream. But even on days when I haven't had a lot of lactose, she still is gassy. So I think she's just a gassy baby. I don't know. I'll ask about it at her next appointment, but for the most part, she's a really happy baby. The gas doesn't seem to bother her. It bothers us quite a bit, but it doesn't seem to bother her, so I'm just sticking with it. I feel like if you get too caught up in this is good, this is bad, blah, 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 all those scenarios, all those arguments, you're just going to be way too stressed out, and it's going to be just too much information to process. So I'm just doing what I'm doing because she's growing and she's healthy. And that is a good thing. Another one of my favorite products, which has been like a huge lifesaver and is great for on the go, is this little Playtex brand cooler bag. It actually is insulated, and then it has like two little pockets inside where you stick an ice pack on either side, and then the bottles go in the middle. I think it's actually made to fit the Playtex, probably the drop-ins, or the, I think they're called Vent Air. I think it will fit either of those. It's supposed to fit 3 of those. I don't use Playtex bottles, but the Tommy Tippy bottles actually fit really well in here. I use this thing a ton. When I was on maternity leave, and like when my mom was here and we'd take trips, or James and I would go somewhere, or her and I would just go, you know, to the mall or something for a few hours, I would take this everywhere because I could take pumped milk in a bottle and just stick it in there and it would stay cold. Granted, you have to warm it up because it gets cold. Lark will take cold milk. We don't always like to give it to her that way, but she will take it, which is helpful. But this is nice because it just keeps the milk fresh and you can just take it along with you. I also take it to work now that I'm pumping at work because the little Medela bottles actually come with the pump. They're just little small bottles. They fit really nicely. I can fit like 3 across in the bottom and keep the milk fresh while I'm at work. So that's, I mean, we have fridges at work. It just feels really awkward to me to be like carrying breast milk to the kitchen all the time and putting it in the fridge. So I just take this. The ice packs stay cold all day, and I love it. I think this is like $20 at Babies R Us. It's probably, I got it from a friend off my registry, and it's probably one of my most favorite items that I have. All this stuff is, obviously. I think with babies you tend to accumulate a lot of stuff that you either think you need and stuff you don't need, and you just tend to collect a lot of stuff. And I've noticed that there's been stuff that I haven't used at all, but these few things in this video are stuff that I use on a daily basis and I use all the time. I don't know what else I really have to say about it. It's my boobs. It's awkward and it's TMI, but I feel like I do better when I hear from someone else's experience rather than reading like a medical article. I would prefer to hear about something from a real mom who's been through something. Whether or not I like her product recommendation or the way she does things is a different story. But I benefit from that. I benefit from real people's real life situations. So that's why I'm doing this, because I was going to write the blog post, but I felt like this might be a better idea so I could actually talk about things and not have to just like type of everything, because I just don't always have the time to sit down and write a blog post. And this was actually easier, and I actually preferred it because I could show you things while I was doing it, which was a bonus. I'm not the best like on-camera personality, and it's really kind of awkward being alone in my house and just talking to a camera. But whatever, like it or don't like it, judge me or don't judge me, I don't really give a shit. I'm just hoping I can help someone along the line just be educated, because I think that's the most important thing. So with that, I will say, I guess, thanks for watching, if anyone's watching this. Yeah, I don't know. Will I do more in the future? Maybe. I have a few other topics I would like to talk about, and I'm thinking a video may be the better way to do it, and I will use them as a supplement to my blog. And I guess that's that. My little bit is sleeping, so I better take the time to go like start some laundry or wash some dishes while she's sleeping, because when she wakes up she's gonna be hungry again. And this is my daily cycle as a new mom with my littlest Lark. So thank you very much, and hope this helps you. Thanks.